Yesterday, in chapter 10, we learned the alignment of the spine will bring the divine. So, grandmothers asked to stand tall, sit tall, and be the light you are. Connect with our inner self for answers. Now that the author Sharon gained confidence, she wanted to explore more about yin and yang imbalance. She journeyed to the lower world to know the answer. With this intention, in her experience, she felt as if she is moving fast on a platform. She could see changing landscapes, mountains, rivers. It was so fast moving, and some land was filled with trees, huge trees, thick bushes, and few were very less populated. And then she could get a glance of a very fertile land, very fertile, where animals were grazing, and she wanted to watch it, but that sped now, and she was in a desert, and nothing at all grew. It was completely infertile, arid, and she was wondering why I have to see so many landscapes very quickly changing in this experience. And she was confused, and she asked grandmothers for the help. Grandmothers said, fertile or infertile, verdant or arid. These are opposite, but necessary. What seems fertile bears within itself the seed of its own movement into aridity. What seems arid holds itself the seed of great fecundity. So, what seems wrong bears itself the seed of right. This seems a little confusing. According to grandmothers, they say fertile and infertile, both are necessary, opposite but necessary. What seems wrong bears itself the seed of right. To understand that, this profound message, what when we face some physical or emotional challenge, it is hard to face, and things look like going wrong. But that is when we learn our great life lessons. Maybe it is steering us to our life's purpose. We hear many people saying, after the loss of their loved ones, they started that initiative, or they start after that particular incident, which was really gruesome. They started helping, and that became their life purpose. We have heard so many incidents. So, what seems wrong may be actually the right path or clearing karma. What seems fortune could be a test, pulling you towards doing wrong. In fact, nothing is wrong or right. Let's understand this with like a beautiful teaching of Ayyappa Pindi sir. He said to replace the right and wrong, these two words, with useful and useless. If some instance happens, let's say someone is giving philosophy of the living, okay, they are giving so many lectures which they follow, and which where nowhere you're connected. Instead of judging, instead of arguing, you can just think, is it useful to me or not? Then we don't do any judgment. We don't have any opinion whether it is right or wrong. It is just useful or useless. If we have a feeling of anger, instead of doing blaming someone, or oh, that person did this, that's why I got, okay, today I was not meditating, that's why I got this anger. Instead of all these things, is it useful, that anger, or is it useless? We can apply this to everything. A person came and was blaming you. And now you remember that. Is it useful to you or useless? So then we can gain a very great balance. Such a very good, wonderful lesson by Ayapindi sir. And grandmothers continue. The work you have been given is moving the energy of what you call in so that it pushes against yang and rearranges it. When there is no movement, no life, no growing, stagnations occurs, and this destruction, deprivation, and evil. You are a part of this planet. Stagnation must be removed from you as well as from the planet. There is nothing wrong in you. That means grandmothers were saying about the Sharon's health condition. Take joy in your release. Take joy in planet, earth release. The horrors of the world are just the cracking off. The old stagnations is flowing off. The yin and yang shape each other, each one pushing in its natural flow against the other. Let's understand this. No movement. If we have no movement, no growing, then there would be a stagnation. And when we are still and stagnant with no progress, then that's the gateway for the evil. The planet has been having a lot of stagnation, and that must be removed. How? To bypassing the yin energy. So the yin energy will come to that next. Okay. So what they are saying, it's to release that yang energy, the old energy which is stagnant, which is to be pushed away by the yin energy. So while doing it, both our karma as a part of the planet and the planet's karma, both are clearing. That's why we have that natural calamities. Then Sharon could feel the shift under her feet and the entire body. It was yin and yang energies taking the shape like the tear shape we always know. So this time it was taking different forms. They said yin and yang of always equal volume. We see it is very equally balanced, yin and yang. But sometimes we have that force, and that's the same doubt Sharon got. If both are having same volume, then why we have this imbalance? Why we have that yang energy more? Grandmothers replied, the volume is same, but the power is more for yang now. To pass the yin energy, the divine came into the form of grandmothers. Because this work is about feminine principle, it is time for the world to nurturance. It is the time for nurturance, love and comfort of the mother. Energy must now turn to supporting life, greater compassion, greater understanding, to building wisdom rather than accumulating knowledge. This is the yin energy, the divine feminine energy, which grandmothers want us to spread in the world. Thus, pushing all this yang energy is getting released, pushing away. And if you observe, they have revealed the secret. Grandmothers take the form of grandmothers, the divine. The divine is coming as grandmothers. That's why sometimes they are the holy men, they are like a bald eagle. So all this is us to have the sense of the divine feminine. So actually, it is the divine which is coming to the earth, taking the form of grandmothers just to represent, to have more compassion and more understanding and the nurturance. And grandmothers always give that love which is very much needed for the earth. We can't take them as only ladies. They are the divine. No yin, no yang. No male, no female. They are the pure divine, the source of light.